Hello everyone, it is Nancy Taylor here with a teaching video for the week. And this one is titled Mom Boss. Mom Boss. Mom Boss. Mom Boss. Ooh. That's right, how to work from home as a stay-at-home mom. I know a lot of stay-at-home moms look for another source of income to supplement their husband's income or whatever it may be. I'm going to give you some tips on how to make it work. And the tips I have are specifically from the jobs I do. So I will be answering questions for VIPKID teachers that are stay-at-home moms. I also teach fitness classes for the Bootcamp Hub. So if you are a fitness instructor or you do online personal training or something like that and you're a stay-at-home mom, there are tips in here that I have learned the past year. My daughter is 1.5, and these are 5 things that I've learned on making it work best. Let's get started. Number 1. Work your schedule around your child. So with Ava's schedule, my daughter, she sleeps from 8 p.m. to 9 a.m. I know, I'm very lucky. I did nothing to train her to do that. I'm just very lucky. And then after that, we play all day, we have our time together, and then her nap is from 2 to 4 or 2 to 4:30. So it's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Then she wakes up, then we do dinner, play, and then she goes to bed at 8. And during the bulk of our day, if I need to run errands, Ava's with me. We do library time at 11 at the library. I plan walks with my sisters, with my friends, so she can get that playtime activity. We always have one activity outside of the house, or else we're like, ah! So that is my priority. It was always my dream to be a stay-at-home mom, always. I remember when I was in college, when I was teaching full-time, and my sisters were going for walks, and they had their kiddos, and not that I was coveting it, but it's just something that I knew I wanted. I just knew that's what I want to do. I want to be there for my kids. I want to be the one they call, the one that's helping them get up off a scraped knee, and the one that's hugging them. I have to tell you, I'm gonna cry. I literally shed a tear when I put my little one to sleep. I just love her. Okay. No crying in videos. They're all about cheer. Look at this, I'm teary-eyed. I told you, I love being a mom. Okay, my schedule around Ava's is from 4 to 7 on Monday through Thursday. I teach. On Friday and Saturday, I do mentoring, and I do that from 4 to 8. My husband's a pilot. His schedule kind of varies. When he's home for 3 or 4 days, I pick one of the days, 1 or 2, to add in more mentoring. Do either Saturday or Monday a full schedule of mentoring. So I could be working anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. Only do them in blocks of 3 hours. We take breaks, we'll go to lunch, and then I'll come back and I can give her a bath while he runs to the gym, and then I get back on and mentor another one. So I only do that 1 or 2 days that he's home, depending on how full I want my schedule. I also film workouts for the Bootcamp Hub Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I do my Bootcamp Hub workouts from 8 to 8:30. They're 30 minutes or less. So when Dave's home, I go outside and we film outside. And when he's not home, I film in this room right here. Behind you is where I film. And then once I finish my workout, she's up because I finish at 8:30. She wakes up at 9 and we go. The last thing that I do, and it's during Ava's nap time, from that block of 2 to 4 or 2 to 5, I'm able to do 2 things. Number 1, I do phone coaching. I have 5 clients that I do with Bootcamp Hub, and I only schedule those during Ava's nap time. Now, are there times when she doesn't go to bed at her nap time? Yes, and she joins me, and they're understanding. And then I also do these videos. I do them while she's sleeping. So that is what I do working around my daughter's schedule. It works great for me. And so I recommend making your schedule around your child, around your children. Not that they rule the world, but they kind of rule your day. Let's give it to them. That's my number 1 job. My number 1 priority is my daughter and my husband, of course. But I want to make sure that that's where the focus is. Number 2, small bites. When you are starting teaching with VIPKID, start with maybe 1 hour block that you're teaching, then 2 hour blocks, especially for those moms with very young infants. Ava was 5 months when I started, and so I would teach 1 hour at a time, and I would open up more time so that I got my name out there. However, I would leave gaps because I was nervous of, oh no, what if she wakes up? And that's the question I will answer at the end. And then once I got the schedule and got a feel for it, then I could add in more. But it was one bite at a time. I mastered that, felt confident and comfortable teaching the class, filling out feedback, and then going straight to the next class. And once I could do that, I added in to 2 hours. So I was teaching 5 to 7. And that was my schedule for almost an entire year before I upped it to 3 hours. And that's where I am now, the 4 to 7. Number 3 is find balance. I loved the video done by Darren Hardy, Darren Daily is what it's called. Darren Daily, and what he does is he just shares a motivational message. He said, people often say that their priority is their family, but if you look at their checkbook and if you look at their calendar, then you can know how they spend their time and their money. Where are their priorities? Where am I spending my time? Where am I spending my money? I also do play soccer. I do volleyball. I can't play every night like I used to. I have to do 2 nights, and that's even pushing it. Maybe 1 night, because if my husband's gone, then I have to find a sitter. And I don't love to find sitters because I want them to enjoy Ava, and I want to be there with them when they enjoy her. Grandparents, I want to be there when you're loving on her. This is definitely something that I struggle with, and it's the ability to say no. To say, I'm sorry, I'm not able to do that. I'm a people pleaser. I'm always, oh yeah, I'll do that, I'll get it to you. I always try and bite off a little bit more than I can chew, and this is something that I am personally working on. So find balance when you're at home, because there's a lot of responsibilities in that house. Cleaning, children, I mean, it's 24/7 that you are responsible for another human being. Number 4, include your kids. Include them. Ava joins me in videos. She does workouts with me on the hub. If she wakes up and I'm filming my workout, she's right there with me. Sometimes in my arm, we figured out she can play with her toys. I'll get her a snack. Would I have figured out how to have her join a workout if she hadn't woken up? No. So I don't see it as, oh no, this is ruining my workout, or oh no, this is ruining my teaching. It's an opportunity to learn how to make it work. Number 5, help is always okay. If you need to ask grandma, grandpa, your neighbor, hey, could you watch my daughter? Could you watch my son? Could you watch him while I do this teaching, or while I do my mock class, or whatever it is, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do it all on your own. There's no way. It takes a village to raise a child. Call on the village. They're there to help you. It's interesting how when your own child is crying or is getting upset, it kind of flusters the mom. And when I look at other people's children, I'm like, oh, why are they getting so flustered? It's not a big deal. It's not bothering me. And then I do it. I'm like, shh, stop screaming. I'm so embarrassed. She's throwing a tantrum. And I know everyone else is not judging me. It's okay. It's a village. We're a team. Team effort. Here's the bonus. Right here, I'm going to answer the question, what do you do when your child wakes up and you're teaching? This is a question I'm asked frequently, so I'm very excited to make a video where I answer just that. When Ava was 5 months, my schedule was first, wake up at 4, nurse Ava, teach at 4:30, and then I would teach for about an hour to start, because I didn't know if she would sleep an hour and I was nervous she'd wake up. My husband's not always home. He's not. So in the nights he's not home, I am sole responsibility of taking care of her. So if she's crying, screaming, I have to take care of her while I'm teaching. And this is how I do it. So I took small bites, and I came to find I could teach 2 hours before she'd wake up. So that's when I got my schedule 5 to 7. So I would nurse her at 4:30 at that point, and then I'd teach at 5 to 7, and then I would nurse her after. And then I would go teach my boot camp hub workout for a half hour, and she would always join that workout because she was awake. So when she was a young one, and that goes to show, it's just, my schedule's always changing. You have to be flexible as a mom. Of course we know that. That's when we get frustrated, is when we have an expectation and it's not met. Let's just have a goal, and flexibility helps so much. Now after that, if Ava would wake up from the time 5 to 7, if it was just kind of a whimper, she learned to get herself back to sleep. And she's on the other wall right here, so I can hear her really well. I would take out one of my headphones and I would listen for her, and I can kind of gauge as I'm teaching what's happening in there. If it was a screamo, and if you have a baby monitor, if your baby's not right beside you, meaning on the other side of the wall, then I would suggest having the monitor so you can see if something is happening that you need to take care of immediately. So if it was a screamo and I had to go right away, I would say 1 minute please. I would go, I would try and soothe her within 1 minute by giving her a binky, getting her back down. If she didn't, in 1 minute, take the binky and think, oh, this is okay, then I would bring her into the classroom. I'd either let her say hello, and she'd be a little groggy, say hello, and she'd sit on my lap because, oh, now I'm in mom's lap. I have to stay here, which was fine. She'd be out of the screen sitting here on my lap. She'd be playing with a toy. Was it ideal? No, because I would finish the class and then I had 5 minutes before my next class to try and get her food or get her back down. And if I was unable to do that, I relied on the swing. I came to find Ava loved the swing. So I had the swing in my classroom and it would sit right there. She would swing, she would watch me teach, and she'd fall back asleep. And that's what worked for me. Does that always work? Sometimes no. Sometimes she'd play on the floor. I remember one class, a student saying, it's so loud, because Ava was crying. She was crying. And I wanted to panic, but it wasn't the first time that I'd had to deal with that. Not that she was always screaming, but I was able to say, 1 minute please, go, help my child, and then come back. It didn't happen frequently. It didn't happen very often, but sometimes it does. And if I leave for 1 minute, I then add that minute to the end of the class. And the students and parents were always very understanding if that ever happened, because I would always let them see Ava, see, hey, hi, and they'd always ask, where's the baby? I want to see the baby. She's sleeping, shh, don't wake her up. That's what I wanted to say. Now that Ava is a toddler, if you have a toddler that all of a sudden she sometimes wakes up screaming because of her teeth. Number one, usually within 5 minutes, she can get herself back to sleep by putting back in her binky and snuggling her blankie. If she's still screaming, I'll do the same thing. 1 minute, please. If she sees me and I go in there, she'll have to join the class. She'll be right here with me. She hasn't joined my classes as a toddler after screaming. She's joined because she's woken up and I could hear her. And so I said, do you want to say hi? It was at the end of my teaching. And then I said, yeah. So I brought Ava in, it was the very end. However, she has not joined from screaming. She's able to get herself back to sleep, or I'm able to go help her in between classes. So if your child wakes up screaming, if it's not immediate, they will train themselves to get back to sleep. You monitor by listening or by watching a monitor. If it is immediate, you say 1 minute please, go help them, add that minute to the end, and if you can't soothe your child within that minute, they can come into the classroom and you have the rest of the class to teach, focus on your student while monitoring your child. And then once the class finishes, you take care of your child. I hope that helps. Definitely learn what works for your child, because this might not work for every child. It worked for Ava and it worked great. I hope that you guys have a great day. I do want to let you know there's a link below if you are looking into an option to work from home. I will leave my application link for VIPKID, and with that you do have to have a bachelor's and you also do have to be a native English speaker. For the Bootcamp Hub, I do coaching, and for that they are not currently hiring coaches. However, if you're looking for an option to do workouts from home, yes, I'll leave the link below. I'm just using the view as a mirror. Reason number 2, look what I can do. Bye guys.